Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Bjorning, and we're back here with Kalinglad, and let's see what we have.
What do you need?
I had hoped we would learn something of Narchwell that might aid us in finding before the Agmarim, but that hope, like so many others, has been dashed. We have been delayed by Morcrambor, and must now follow Amarthiel's forces eastward, where I had hoped to stay before them. No matter. There are many tall hills between here and the wilderness of the Trollshalls, and if we must follow, we will do so knowing what to expect. You should leave the Ivendim heading east and pass through the fields of Fornost. A short distance northeast of Trestlebridge stands the great hill of Amon-Raith. Stand at its peak and look eastward. If you see the Agmarim ahead of you, continue to Amon-Sul, which is called Weathertop by many, in the Lone Lands, and do the same. Look eastward from its summit. I am worried that the Agmarim may attack villages along the way. By scouting their positions from the heights, you may be able to learn their progress and follow them wherever they are headed. So we must start by finding the summit of Amon-Raith. So we will head out there, and Amon-Raith is in the North Downs, and we can get there pretty easily by taking the
What can I do for you?
horse to... Actually, it might be best to take the horse to Esteldin, and from there we'll take a horse to Amon-Raith. And I will see you when we get there. We have arrived at Amon-Raith. So let's get to the summit. And look east and see what we can find. Lots of ruins. What do you expect to find? Far to the east, a cloud of dust marks the passage of the Agmarim. Far to the east! Well, they're east of us. So I need to get further east. So now I'll head over into Weathertop. And here we are at Weathertop. And we need to look east from here too. Maybe we could ask our adventurers here. Hello, you two see anything from Angmar? The silent types. Alright, let's look eastward. Far to the east, a company of Agmarim cross the last bridge. Alright. So it sounds like the Agmarim are still ahead of us. So what do we do now? We have to go to Aflank. Aflank, who I believe is the guard at the last bridge, if I recall properly. Yeah, let's see. Which of course means first I've got to get down from this place without getting myself killed. But all sorts of other nasty stuff happening. Took me a lot of trouble actually getting up. Yes, I've managed to get up here many times and all that stuff. I've always come from the direction of Kalinglad, or yeah, so I've always came from that direction, and I wasn't used to coming from the direction of the Forsaken. And oh boy, it's fun getting lost on the way up from Weathertop. And that's why whenever I do Weatherstock, I always head to the hill well in advance of the concert. That way, actually, probably best to go this way. That way, if I get lost, I'll still be able to get to the concert in time, and not have to worry about trying to find my way up the hill at the last minute. And sometimes I think other people don't have as much of a clue either, so therefore, yeah, this mass of people all going in the wrong direction sometimes. At least that's the way I get the feel of it. I'm sure there are some people out there who have absolutely no trouble, no matter what direction they go in, is able to find their way up Weathertop. I'm not one of them. I suppose anyone that is regularly part of Weatherstock might have figured it out by now. Let's see. So now, let me get onto the road, because once I'm on the road, I'm pretty sure where I'm going. It's very hard to lose. I was going to say it's very hard to lose the road, but in Eregion, that does happen quite a bit. Or the road has a tendency to disappear, then come back in, and all that. Alright, good. And from here, I should have no trouble getting to the last bridge. And here we are at the last bridge. So, let's speak with the elves here, find out if they saw anything. Hello there, did you see a group of Agrim going through here?
Negavanen.
You're seeking the Agrim that passed this way not long ago? I saw them coming from a great distance and managed to hide myself before they arrived. I feared I would be found, for at the head of their number marched a man of great evil, a black Numenorian, if I do not miss my guess. It seemed to me that he stared right at my hiding place. But at just that moment he was interrupted by some thought that caused him to turn and gaze off at the distance to the west. I know not what it was, but he shortly resumed his march, and the company passed into the east. Your face tells me that you had had dealings with this man, and the memory of full sorrow. From what I overheard, it seems their course lay to the south, amongst the cheerless lands of Tau Bruin. My sister Candeleth has a camp at the Tau Bruin. To reach it, follow the road east and here until you are nearly within the sight of the Bruinen, and you will come to a dirt path that winds southward with the Bruinen on your left and a tall rock face on your right. Stay on the path, even if it crosses streams and winds through the underbrush, and you will surely come across one of Candeleth's scouts, who can guide you to her camp. Tell Candeleth that the Agrim that have come to the lands of her watch. Tell her as well to be wary. I fear to think of what errand could have brought this black Numenorian so close to Imladris. Alright, so now we need to speak with Candeleth. And, let's see, I have visited that camp before, which means that, well, alright, I'll be back when we get there. And here we are at Candeleth's camp, so let us find her. Perhaps she will be upstairs where we saw her last time, and she may... Well, she's probably seen something. I'm sure the Agrim have arrived here by now. Ooh. Where is she? Oh, she's downstairs. Okay. I guess I assumed she'd be upstairs. But I was wrong. Wrong. She's downstairs. So let's try this again. Here we are at... Okay, just kidding. Yes. And here's Candeleth. Hello there.
What can I do for you?
You bring warning from my sister that the Agrim have come to Tau Bruinen? Her warning is welcome, but my scouts have already encountered the enemy. Do you know why they have come to this place? Can you tell me what brings them to these woods so far from their evil homeland?
Stay a moment.
Your story fills me with concern, Pineclaw. Tal Bruinen is a dark and wooded land, and this ring for which Amarthael seeks could be anywhere. If the Agrim have some guidance to the location that we do not, I can see little chance that we will find it first. My scouts tell me that the Agrim seem particularly interested in the small ruins that dot the landscape of Tal Bruinen. If you could journey to some of these ruins and defeat the searching Agrim, I will contemplate upon possible places where rings such as Narquil could have been lost. I fear this errand may be hopeless, Pineclaw, but perhaps Narquil, if it is within the woodlands at all, will evade the Agrim as well. So therefore, defeat Agrim scouts, defeat Agrim searchers, small fellowship. No inspiration bonus. Well, this is going to be real fun. A cheerless land. Yep, I can see that already. Cheerless indeed. So we'll go down here, and this is the reason why we have all those Agrim. I can't remember if we ran into some the last time we were here, but there are a bunch of Agrim all over the place. In fact, there's one right here. See, the Agrim searchers, they are signatures. And just in case, I'll have myself some Limbus. And bring along Poppy. Just in case. Well, I've survived this before in a ward, so I don't think it should be impossible. For some reason I thought that the searchers would have joined him in this battle. But they apparently didn't notice me! Yes, I didn't notice that. Yes, sir, what? You were killed by a bear that turned himself into a man and turns... Really? Okay. We had some technical difficulties, but I was able to finish off the searchers, and I have one more scout left. And here he is. Let's go. How would you like to meet my axe? And that Agrim missed me. Uh-oh. I think there's another one here somewhere shooting arrows. Oh, there's another scout there. Alright. You know I don't have to kill you. I've gotten my quota. We don't have to fight. You don't have to die. Right? If you insist. We will fight to the death then. Well, this will be it for this particular quest. So I'll get back to Ecad Candeleth, where we will meet for the next episode of Piney Plays the Bjorni.